So, let's imagine you were a consumer, out and about in the downtown area of Tulsa, Oklahoma. You are in your mid-20s and you like involving yourself with unique products and experiences. It's 2:30 in the afternoon on a sunny Saturday, and you and a friend have just eaten lunch. You walk along the sidewalk and see an advertisement, but are not quite sure what it means. A large poster reads, "Products made by you, for you." Your interest is piqued, and you all weren't quite sure what you were doing next anyway, so you decide to head to the address labeled on the ad.
You find the store and notice the name Local Works. You walk in curious to see what it is all about. Upon entering, you notice a very modern-looking storefront loaded with different products. They are all separated into their own categories, and then you start picking up on something. All these products are made by people who live in the Tulsa area, the same area you currently live in. You think about the fact that you may have met one of these people before, and it spikes your curiosity in their product. Then, the browsing begins.
Welcome to Local Works, a business built completely around the entrepreneurial and innovational tendencies of those with creativity, expression, and neat ideas. Not only that, but it presents people with opportunities to build bridges with others in their community, as well as a chance to support local people and their products.
So what kinds of things could you find inside the Local Works store? Well, anything that somebody could produce. Books, art, clothing, jewelry, music, food, films, poetry, bags, photography, accessories, figurines, or many other things. These products will come in a wide array, and the featured products will always be advertised heavily. This group of constantly updated products will be called the Trendy 12, and will consist of the 12 highest selling and most popular items currently being distributed through Local Works.
So, let's switch shoes and imagine you are someone who has written their own book and has it printed through a service but are not selling it anywhere. How exactly does this process work to get your book on the shelves of Local Works? It begins with a meeting of some kind. Whether a Local Works representative makes contact with you or you seek out a selling point and find Local Works, the two of you will need to meet at some point. From there, the product will pass the initial validity test. If Local Works thinks this product is marketable, then the discussion of terms begins. These terms include the percentages of the sale price that you, the producer, and Local Works get per sale. In addition to this, a contract will spell out the inventory amounts you will need to keep up with, as well as quality measurements that ensure you keep giving Local Works quality productions of your items. All of this will roll up into one contract that founds a relationship between you and Local Works.
Let's talk about the customers who will be buying from Local Works. The target market is a specific group of people. In the segmentation matrix, they are referred to as the indies. These individuals will range from 17 to 35 years old. They're often involved in some form of class environment, and they end up buying products because they find value in owning unique and special things. This target market is very identity driven, and sometimes enjoys not being associated with current social trends. As far as the target market for the producers of the items that will be sold, one of the founders, Ivan, will have an ability to relate. He has written and self-published his own book, so he knows what the process is like when trying to get noticed for personal works.
With a business like this, the marketing plan is going to make or break the future of the venture. The product is not made by the firm, but instead made by people who are likely in the target market. So, making sure that these products stay at a certain quality level, alongside a constantly updating storefront, will help keep the products offered stay fresh, unique, and desirable. As far as the actual price goes, the products will only be sold at this one location, so a slight premium is expected.
Place is very important, because the location of the store will be crucial in obtaining new customers. Convenience, as well as being in an area where our target market would find themselves, is what led to the choosing of the location for the storefront. The space includes 5,800 square feet and costs $14 per square foot per year. There is currently a lot of construction going on, but after it is all done, the road next to the location will be widened, and the parking lot will be expanded. The location also shares a parking lot with Mazio's and Home Depot, which could help drive some traffic to the storefront. The location address is 401 East 11th Street, and it is in the southern part of downtown Tulsa.
Promotion, arguably the most important P for Local Works, will have to be creatively planned and executed well. The promotional efforts for Local Works will tend to create more questions than answers. With advertisements that spell out statements like appreciation for the local, a connection for all, the marketing is not put out there to spell everything out. It is meant to intrigue and to bring customers to the store for the first time out of curiosity. TV and radio ads will be avoided so that more directed and specific print advertising can be done.
In addition to focused print ads, Local Works will also do a bunch of one-time, in-person promotions called events. These will be things that intentionally happen so that a lot of positive attention gets drawn to the company name and location. An example of this would be a surface being put on the front of the building on a Friday night. Saturday morning, a graffiti artist would show up and start painting a large mural on the front of the building. People will be stopping to see what is happening, and all the attention will bring mind and curiosity to the storefront. After Sunday, the temporary surface can be brought down and the storefront can go back to normal.
Okay, so let's run some numbers. Let's start with the break-even point first. We will assume that Local Works makes an average of $8 on every product they sold, either in-store or on their website. There is no definite margin level because the venture does not incur any costs for making the products, and the prices will vary. So let's then round up our monthly fixed costs to $7,500, which consists of rent, taxes, utilities, and insurance. So assuming the average amount for income, to break even, Local Works will have to sell 938 products a month, which breaks down to 31 products a day, assuming the store stays open 7 days a week. If that seems a little steep, remember that this is before any of the founders get any money and before the first part-time employee gets hired. Sales are going to have to be consistent to stay afloat, and it is highly unlikely all 3 founders will be able to make healthy wages from this venture, so not all of them will be staying full-time. The volume demands for sales are a bit high and will need to be consulted. Cost reduction, like trying to find special co-promotional ways to lower rent costs, or by renting sections of the space out to events or certain activities, could help with the task of covering these monthly fixed costs.
In all, Local Works is a unique idea with a lot of potential value, able to be delivered to 2 separate groups. But whether or not the venture can make enough money to fund itself is in question. There are several risks that threaten Local Works. The idea depends on the assumption that people will value these kinds of products for being unique and locally made. In addition to that, it is also assumed that enough of these products will be prevalent in the Tulsa area to correctly fill up the store. Not to forget, it will be a challenge to ensure that these products can roll into Local Works in a timely manner to keep the store from being bare at any point. It will also be very important to push the quantity of sales enough to fund the business, as well as enough revenue to be able to turn a profit.
So now, what's left? Well, go out and create something. Write, draw, paint, build, compose. Then, bring it to us and let the conversation get underway.